All you ever wanna do is play. So let's play.
Yeah. Hey, we stay woke, but y'all sleep. Real mode, but y'all sheep. Out in public, she a good girl, but at the crib, she a real freak. New throne for the new king. Same kid, now my streets go. Same gang, got the cheat code. I said stay woke, we in real mode. I said stay woke, real mode. Stay woke, real mode. I said stay woke, real mode. Stay woke, real mode.
I said stay woke, real mode. Stay woke, real mode. I said stay woke, real mode. Stay woke,
Yeah,
real
hey,
mode.
well, we can hold the peace so we can wage war. But I'm gonna get what I came for. Real gang, that's a crew name. We all graduated to the two-door. Sacred Global, that's an infrastructure. All y'all niggas like the Titanic. I'm the iceberg, talking no Zucker on the front lines, but we don't panic. Shit getting messy, got nothing to rest, and I'm tired of niggas. They front they blessings, they want my suggestion, but don't want the fee. I'm just doing me, I don't answer their questions. All this flexing, got no one to see. All this aggression, I just want some peace. Not even sure that I'd like it in heaven. I guess when we get there, then we gon' see. I do not understand, I do not get what you do. You only got one life, but you act like you got two. Yo, we go bigger than what you are willing to do. I run with kings, but you peasants, you run with the goons. Hey, we stay woke, but y'all sleep. Real mode, but y'all sheep. Out in public, she a good girl, but at the crib, she a real freak. New throne for the new king. Same kid, now my streets go. Same
We
gang,
choose
got the cheat
truth
code.
over
I said stay
facts.
woke, we in real mode. I said stay woke, real mode. Stay woke, real mode. I said stay woke, real mode. Stay woke, real mode.
You can't be at least mildly interesting, then shut the hell up.
Real mode, I said stay woke, real mode. Stay woke,
Yeah.
real mode.
Hey, y'all some jokers, y'all a bunch of clowns. You will not get a laugh out of me. You can talk, but you can't denounce. I live a different theology. Why I transfer to a new account? You just fucked over a prodigy. Posted up with a rented crown.
You are the king and apology.
You about to see a new side of me. I hope you know. We stand up and watch our enemy go. Empire fall, my legacy grows. I might just hop on this melody flow. All this vision, no clarity though. Y'all play a game that I bear in my soul. Ebony ivory, nobody knows. Business vasectomy, nothing can grow. Everyone promises more than they actually do. We don't deliver on anything other than truth. Yo, we go bigger than what you are willing to do. I run with kings, but you peasants, you run with the goons. Hey, we stay woke, but y'all sleep.
I'm funny how? I mean funny like I'm a clown, I amuse you?
She a good girl, but at the crib, she a real freak. New throne for the new king. Same kid, now my streets go. Same gang, got the cheat code. I said stay woke, we in real mode. I said stay woke, real mode. Stay woke, real mode. I said stay woke, real mode. Stay woke, real mode.
I said stay woke, real mode. Stay woke, real mode. I said stay woke, real mode. Stay woke, real mode. You really have people fooled out here, don't you? When are you peasants gonna learn that you can't pretend to be a king? It ends today.
Everybody knows you never go full retard.
Full Normuth.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Testing, testicles, testing, testicles. Welcome everyone to episode 1900 and 27 of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular swolecast, beardcast, broadcast, gamecast, mancast, pimpcast, sleazecast, and slaycast in the realm. Because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. What's going on, beaches, booshes, busters, hustlers, and yo hoes? It's your boy, Papa Swolio, back with another episode. Today's episode of the Slutcast is brought to you, is powered, is sponsored by Everest and K2 flexing on all you beaches.
It's the fucking Catalina wine mixer.
The fucking Catalina wine mixer.
It is the Catalina Wine Mixer. It is actually the Daily Swole episode 1927. We are going to go deep today. Obviously, we got the Red, White, and Swole, the Sunday Fun Day, Ask Papa Swolio Live, the Sunday Fun Day Q and Anus is upon us. Now, this episode is very unique for the Daily Swole. It's a classic. Every single Sunday, we just do questions. We take the conversation wherever it goes. So you can start very shortly dropping your questions in the comments down below with the hashtag AskPapaSwolio right there at the bottom of your screen. But of course, we do have a couple announcements before we get started because today is the final day of the Swole Since Birth Special. Last day, famwise. Last day, last chance for these amazing specials. Now, over there, you have to click in the show notes or the description down below to get access to this offer, swolenormousx.com/birthday, and you can see the special Swole Fam, the special unlimited offers. You can get started with the Swole Fam for just $1. You can join unlimited and get your first month with the monthly membership for 50% off, and you can upgrade. Those of you that are members, you can upgrade to the annual and get a free Swole Fam t-shirt or tank. That is fucking awesome. So make sure, don't sleep on that. swolenormousx.com/birthday. Don't miss out on that, my fucking beaches. Don't miss out. And of course, when you join, you'll get access to tomorrow's episode. Fam, we got an accountability meeting tomorrow. More gorillas. Mas gorillas. Tomorrow, we got some big announcements because, of course, we have the Back to Swole special event coming up on the 30th of August. But tomorrow's accountability meeting will be private for members only. So 1928, tomorrow's episode, will be live inside Swole TV exclusively. So make sure you are ready to go for tomorrow's episode. It's going to be fire. We got amazing releases, and I'm very excited about one or two in particular, and we will get into that all tomorrow.
Of the time,
no,
it works
100%.
every time.
That doesn't make sense.
You shut the fuck up, Brian Fantana. It doesn't make sense because 100% of the time, the accountability meetings are off the fucking charts. So make sure you're there tomorrow, 12 noon Eastern time. Very excited about that. Before we go into all the questions, you can start dropping them in the comments down below. Hashtag AskPapaSwolio. Now we have to take a pause. We got to cover our nips and we got to get into the busting of the fucking nut. Falcon, take us away. Hold on. Let me summon the Falcon. Oh, that was a nice one. Very nice. Aha, Falcon. Thank you. What'd you smash today? Drop in the comments down below and put some fucking respect on it.
I don't know how to put this, but I'm kind of a big deal.
USA, greatest country in the world.
That's a beautiful card right there. Of course, Leo. Cheers, Leo. Cheers. Oh my God. Cheers, 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 Leo, you raging alcoholic. All right, Swole Privilege. Swole Privilege. Drop that in the comments down below. That is a sexy card. Why are we off center here? Let's bring that back in. Falcon, did you knock the camera again? Yeah, it's always the same old shit. It's always the same old shit with you, Falcon. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, Falcon. Hashtag Swole Privilege for a chance to win today's Swole card. Let's get into some questions. Drop them in the comments down below. Hashtag Ask Papa Swolio. Let's just jump right into all these awesome things. And remember, for those of you that might be listening and you can't join, you don't want to join, you hate the Swole fam, check out papaswolio.com. Remember, you can use special code DAILYSWOLE for 10% off your order over there at papaswolio.com. Of course, if you are officially a Swole Fam member, check the top of your library. You'll see your special code where you can save 20% off every single order for all time. As a part of the Swole Fam, you get 20% off everything. You can get your Swole Fam shirt if you don't have one yet. You can jump on that 20% off with your special code for being a member. But if you're not, use code DAILYSWOLE for 10% off. For being a listener. Thank you for being a part of the greater Swole Fam. The greater Swole Fam. Maybe you can't afford joining. Maybe you don't want to join. Maybe you think it's really weird inside when it's actually fucking awesome. You don't understand how much you are missing, but of course you can still dip in and cover your nips with some awesome Swolenormous apparel. Nothing like it. All right, let's get into the first question. You could drop those in the comments. We do have a couple of good shit posts, and if things get a little bit chunky, which, well, you know, these shit posts get fully chunky. Let's see what we got here. Matthew got my silkies in yesterday. Very nice. I'm wearing them right now. Nice. Can't wait for leg day now, but damn, I need to get some sun on these upper thighs. Woo!
Inconceivable!
Ooh, I know. You got those pasties now. Silkies showing the pasties. Okay, here we go. Ben Asp. Well, ask Papa Swolio. APS. It's okay. It's all right. First timer? It's okay. I remember. What's your advice with supplements and creatine and things similar? Well, creatine's generally safe. You just need a creatine monohydrate. You don't need to spend extra money for all those other fluffy forms of creatine. Maybe a micronized creatine might help you digest it more, but those are very, very affordable, very cheap, extremely studied. And of course, you get that in meat, but of course you get more concentrated. I'll take a couple grams up to 5 grams a day, especially when I'm training. That's totally fine. But it's not going to make or break your training. It doesn't really do that. A lot of people say, oh, it holds so much water. It really doesn't. It really doesn't. I'm not really sure how that gets applied, but I've never seen any kind of water retention, but I'm sure people have individual concerns. Maybe they just drink too much water as is and it flushes more into those muscle cells. But I never really recognized, oh, I take creatine and now I'm all bloated with water. Never happened with me. But in terms of supplements, most of them are just going to be smoke and mirrors. You know, any of those nitric oxide precursors, you can always buy the raw ingredients. You want to make sure you avoid a lot of those flavorings and stevia and artificial sweeteners and those blue electric, like cock nugget raspberry, whatever the hell flavors are doing, electric lightning raz, and all these things are just gonna make you shit your brains out probably. So I prefer stimulant free and making my own if I use those, but also just black coffee is great for me for a pre-workout. In terms of other supplements, make sure you're getting in. I would recommend things like collagen, beef liver, organ meats. Those supplements are fantastic. You know, nature's multivitamin. Eat those types of foods. Maybe some vitamin D if you're not getting enough sunlight on a daily basis. Those are great places to start, and perhaps a magnesium supplement. There are many out there. You could use a magnesium oil spray. You can use Natural Calm. That's a good one. There's different compounds of magnesium for different purposes, but that's where I would get started and recommend getting started too. So collagen supplements like a beef collagen, or if you're drinking bone broth, you're getting collagen that way as well. So those are the places I would start. In terms of a supplement like a multivitamin, personally, I don't take any just because I get so many organ meats and I get plenty of micronutrients. And in the absorbable form, a lot of those artificial multivitamins you're not going to absorb well. All right, Kashina to the main stage. Papa Swolio, why is it so hard for people to take responsibility for what they have done to their bodies? Why is there so much victimhood nowadays? I would love your thoughts. Thank you, Papa. Well, you listen to the show every day. I'm surprised you don't know my thoughts on this already. Usually, it's taken as like a personal attack because they've been raised either with helicopter parenting or, they're raised to protect their feelings as if words are violence. And it's a lot of cognitive dissonance, understanding that they did this to their bodies, but in such a stark denial of actual reality, they project it outwards and blame the patriarchy, blame systemic fat phobia, or whatever the fuck it is. So they blame other people for their shortcomings because rather than change your habits, it's easier to change your hashtag and it's easier to blame other people. Obviously, it's not very virtuous, and it's just living a lie. And the problem with that is you're offsetting the responsibility. If you're blaming someone else for it, how are you going to change your situation? It's them. It's us for being fat phobic. It's not them for eating Twinkies all day. Okay. So why is it so hard? because we've cultivated a culture, we've cultivated an environment that puts victims on a pedestal. The more marginalized you are, the more sacred you are. No one can say anything bad about these people. That's why everyone's clamoring to put as many letters after their name, or that's why those acronyms, LGBTQAXYZ, like they're just keep on adding shit, the pronoun nonsense. These are all things that people don't have to put any work in to change. They get attention, they get love, or quote love, they get just popularity and acceptance based on doing absolutely no work. All they got to do is change a couple pronouns or say that they're non-binary or whatever, and just say something, and all of a sudden people are going to treat them like they're fucking walking on water. So it's really maximum social credibility with absolutely zero work. And we're not fans of that on the Daily Swole. We're not fans of that. Let's see here. Let's see, James, what kind of pan do you use when cooking? Anything special? I use a cast iron pan and I cook with beef tallow. Let's see here. Dun, 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 dun. OG Easy, Papa Swolio, any tips for resisting shit food and a vacation? You know, I'm not going to make those decisions for you, but if you don't want to eat the crap food, either you bring it yourself, you go shopping, depends on what type of vacation. Did you fly somewhere? Did you drive somewhere? Obviously, if you are you on vacation now? Then maybe you didn't prepare properly for it. Depends on what kind of trip you're taking. Excuse me. You plan in advance and you make the best decisions that you can. And that's why the elimination diet is so important, understanding what foods you work best with, because then you can make better decisions when you are traveling. So the problem with following some kind of cut and paste diet, oh, this person says eat half a cup of this and half a cup of this, and my trainer, my coach says this. If you don't have that accessible, then you're kind of fucked. When you learn fundamentally what works best for you on the fly in any country or any location, you know which foods that, okay, I'm probably best with this. If I eat A, B, and C, I'll be fine. If I eat X, Y, and Z, I'm going to be fucked up. So you avoid certain things that are going to make you feel like shit. Maybe you don't have access to grass-fed beef or something, but maybe you go and get sushi instead, or you get things that you've known or you know that don't bother you as much. But in terms of resisting shit food, I mean, if you build discipline, is not really something you have to concern yourself with. That's going to be a different question for anything, but for example, the more you fortify your discipline, the more habits you build, it's not really a debate. It's not a struggle. Oh my God, I want to eat that so bad. It's not restrictive if it's just not viewed as food in your mind. If I look at fast food, that doesn't compute. It's not real food. That's not something I can put in my body. That's literally chemical, industrial garbage. And I'm just not going to eat it. I wouldn't eat a chair. I'm not looking over here and like, oh, look at this Swole card. Look at this Swole Slut card from yesterday. This is like a fucking Taco Bell taco or burrito. This is the same fucking material. Same shit in my mind. Sean, what about glutamine for recovery? I don't think it's necessary. I don't personally use it, and I have no issues with recovery. You're much better off doing sauna, doing cold plunging, doing, getting better sleep. Glutamine's not going to make up for not getting quality sleep. So if you take it, you might just be wasting your money. It's not harmful as far as I'm aware, but I used to take a lot of these supplements. So I'm not saying that I'm just, anything I don't do, you can't do, but I've taken these things before and I don't take most of them now. And I am in better shape, better strength than I've ever had in my life. So it's just raised a lot of flags like, how much does this actually fucking matter? Probably something that you're not going to notice. And if you do notice a difference, how do you know it's not a placebo effect? But, Oh, thank you, Malka. Thank you. Swole fan, the Swolenormous X membership was one of the best things I ever bought myself. Legitimately so much content for every level. Papa's workouts were epic, and all the educational entertainment videos, the brain gains changed my life. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you for the support. Thank you for being here. So glad it helped you so much. Let's see. OG Easy again. Follow up. Papa Swolio, what do you think about people substituting shit food with, quote, anabolic foods? The word anabolic foods is pretty much a fucking joke. Anabolic food. What's an anabolic food? You mean a steak? You mean real fucking food, anabolic foods? That's a marketing tactic. That's a marketing phrasing. That's marketing nonsense. Like what? Steak, chicken, fish. Oh, it's anabolic. Yeah, no shit. It's real food. What does that mean? What does that fucking mean? And what's some context? Give me an example. Like shit food. Yeah, shit food should not be consumed. That's why you're calling it shit food. But an anabolic food? You mean real food? You mean food? The problem with talking about things like grass-fed beef, we shouldn't live in a world. We shouldn't have to look for grass-fed beef. We shouldn't have to look for beef where, oh, these cows were actually fed grass. Ooh, we need to market. The standard shouldn't be poisoned, half-dead fucking animals sucking down corn and soy and candy and junk and leftover whatever trash is, lying around. We shouldn't be, that shouldn't be the standard. Grass-fed shouldn't be this more expensive. That should be the standard. That should raise red flags already. We have to actually brand something as grass-fed beef. Okay. It should be the standard to have food that an animal's supposed to eat, from kind of, I don't know, just kind of.
That's fucking bullshit.
It kind of makes sense. Oh, is that why? Oh, geez. Kashina says, I've been watching TikTok compilations about fat phobia, so it's fresh on my mind. Ugh. TikTok is the fucking dumps. I use it because it's one of the last places to get actual organic reach. I mean, you could still blow up on TikTok and it reaches a lot of people. A lot of you probably have found me on TikTok and I have fun with the content, but they restrict my content so hard over there. I'll have almost 750,000 followers and I'll get maybe a couple thousand views on a video. Give me a fucking break. Some of these videos are masterpieces of knowledge cock right to the fucking face, but no, TikTok's not going to show people. At least I'm not banned on the Daily Swole channel anymore, so appreciate that. Let's see. Anna, I wanted to order some nice t-shirts from the website, but I don't understand why the shipping changes depending on what shirt I choose. Is it a bug? I don't think so. I don't know what kind of shipping changes. Maybe it depends on where they're shipping it from. They're probably made at different locations. They're sourced from different factories, I'm sure. I don't know. What's the difference in the shipping? That's interesting. Ben, I'm trying to bulk up and add muscular weight. What are your best suggestions? Follow the 7 pillars, download them from swolenormousx.com and start there. It's eating more food, eating the right foods, and then eating more of them and training hard and being consistent for years. Yeah, muscular weight. Yeah, stop sucking down all the processed carbs, and it's a lot of fat, protein, and it's a lot of volume, and it's a lot of work. You have to be getting a lot of sleep, and everything has to be on point. Your body doesn't want to build muscle. It will if you force it to, but it doesn't want to, so you have to put it in this environment where it has no other option but to build more tissue. Let's see here. John, what's up, Papa Swolio? Would you say drinking milk is useless or dangerous too? Prejudicial? Not really sure. You mean drinking milk is useless? I would say if you're going to drink milk and you have access to raw milk, you might try it, but it's really it's not necessary. I don't drink milk. It's obviously not necessary for survival. It's not necessary for health. Most milk is pasteurized and it's from low quality animals. And you're getting, a lot of people have issues with lactose and casein protein, which cause a lot of indigestion, skin conditions, migraines, joint pain, bloating. Very common, side effects. So you might want to try. I just don't see the point of getting a pasteurized product. And, if anything, you opt for whole raw milk if you have access to it and see how you feel, but it's definitely not necessary. It's not a good source of calcium. You're better off getting organ meats and bone broth and other sources. You'll be fine. Bone marrow. But that's an individual choice, but many people have issues with dairy products. And that's why, for example, the only dairy product from dairy would be grass-fed butter, because it has much lower levels of casein and lactose, or you can opt for grass-fed ghee, which is a good option as well. Let's see. Aaron, howdy, Papa. Hello. This isn't a question. Oh, you tricked me. I saw the hashtag. Look at you guys. This isn't a question, but wanted to share how I am doing on my diet. Sweet. I was just in Walmart, went by to pick up my fiance some flowers for when she gets home as a surprise. Uh-oh, hope she's not watching the Mancast. Oopsie, sorry to blow it up. And walked by some donuts. My stomach and taste buds said, you deserve a donut. You work out and have been good so far. Wouldn't hurt to have one. But my brain said, nope, garbage food. I deserve a delicious, nutritious, juicy steak. Self-disciplined people, it's a hard fight, but you got to power through and keep on trucking. Hashtag Swole privilege. Thank you for the story, man. I think the problem with some of this stuff is other people on the outside will see a clip of this or read that and be like, oh my God, he's giving people eating disorders. Papa Swolio is giving people eating disorders. Now, settle down.
How dare you?
The hardcore restriction. Seriously, I never restrict myself from a donut. I'm a grown-ass man. And honestly, I've always said this, if I want to have one, like, oh, I'm going to have one, then I go and have one. I just don't want to have one. I don't look at that as actual food. I know too much about it. I know too much about where it comes from, what it does to my body, how it's made, how it's literally devoid of all value. And in terms of entertainment or treating myself, I don't want that. I'd rather eat a bowl of fucking fruit. I'd rather have some raw honey, or I'd rather eat a fucking steak. I just don't want to put that into my body. Why would I take all this? Why would I put so much other, and I don't really see it as effort, put all this effort into my health. I just do these things that are good for my body. So I just don't look at it as food. So I'm not missing anything. Why would I want to eat that shit? Make sure you're dropping that hashtag. If you notice people are dropping the hashtag Swole privilege, drop that in the comments down below. We'll give that Swole card away like we do every episode at the end of today's show. Look at that sexy beach. Look at that sexy, sexy beach. God, that's a sexy Tessie. That's fantastic. Good questions today. Good questions. Good questions. OG Easy, like anabolic ice cream made with whey protein. I'm not referring to real food. Well, there's your fucking...
What the fuck is that?
The fuck is an anabolic ice cream with whey protein? I mean, I might have some grass-fed whey protein isolate. I drink it and I move on. I don't need to make, I don't know, like, how are you making that? Like, what does that mean? What does that mean? What's anabolic ice cream? It sounds like a drug addict trying to get something that that sounds like drinking a 0-calorie fucking beer. It's like drinking like a Heineken or an O'Doul's. It's like, just have a fucking beer, drink water, if you're going to have a fucking beer, drink a goddamn beer. Stop tricking yourself. That's like vegan bacon. I don't know. It just doesn't seem like, and plus if you're blending things, if you're blending fruit, you're really destroying a lot of the benefits of having the fruit. You're destroying the fiber that's going to slow the absorption of the sugars into your bloodstream. You're actually kind of like destroying the actual food. That's why juicing and fruit juice is it's like the same effect as soda on the body. Let's see. Trace, Papa Swolio, just starting to grow out my beard. Oh, good man.
I am the danger.
Yep. There you go. What do you think about that, soy boys? Yeah. You heard me.
Go fuck yourself.
All right. Just starting to grow out my beard. Every time I tried, it just looked patchy and weird. Any advice on growing it out? Also, what products, if any, do you use on yours? I mean, my beard just grows, but it's also nutrition. It's genetics. You know, some people just have more trouble growing a beard and facial hair, but definitely some moisturizer and things can help. I would say collagen supplements could probably be beneficial. You know, hair, skin, and nails. That's definitely important. And how long did you try growing it out? If you keep on shaving it, even if it's patchy, obviously it's not going to fill in. Some areas just take longer to grow. So I haven't really used much products. I mean, I forget what it's called. I just have some general argan oil beard moisturizer, but I don't really put too much in my beard currently. But a lot of that is genetic. One of the things in this world, hair, you know, whether or not you start balding when you're younger, a lot of times that's mostly genetic in terms of people that go bald younger, usually your mother's father, and you have inherited facial or hair, top hair issues. Let's see, Papa Swole, did you see the new Joe Rogan Experience podcast released on the vaccine? Which one? A really good episode, and the guest he had on his show got a stiff neck from the vaccine. Just thought I'd share for the fam to listen. And my fiance is at work. She isn't watching, so no, you didn't spoil the surprise. Nice. Well, which one? Which podcast? I don't listen to as much of his stuff that I did when he was on all the platforms. I use Spotify, but I just forget to go into Spotify. I don't use that primarily for my podcast. It's a great app, and not every podcast is on Spotify, but more and more. I mean, my stuff is. I don't know how many of you listen to me on Spotify versus Apple Podcasts, but I just don't see his content as much just because he went on Spotify. One thing that is brutal, it's like if I pay for Spotify, then why you're still fucking getting interrupted with ads? I find that offensive. I find interrupted ads in the middle of a podcast are the worst fucking things possible. I'm already giving you money, Spotify. Why am I getting ads? That's pretty bad. I'm listening to something in the mid-sentence, all of a sudden, we're brought to you. I don't give a fuck. Do it at the beginning or don't do it at all. But people skip the ads, then let them. I give you money. Shut the fuck up. Just talk. I fucking hate. That's why I don't do any. That's why when I talk, I mean, it's integrated with the podcast. I don't necessarily do pre-roll as much anymore. You know, you skip ahead, but fuck. I'm not going to interrupt the show and interrupt it with like this non sequitur fucking ad. I hate that when you're listening to us. I stopped listening to podcasts for some of that stuff. I stopped listening to some of that shit. One, it was it wasn't a neuroscientist. It was an astrophysicist or something. And all of a sudden it would break into an ad for cat litter. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. At least have a contextual ad, or do it at the beginning, or play some music and be like, hey, make the ad 30 seconds so I can skip it if I want to. Some people just listen through it because they're working on their car or doing something. They won't hit the button. They'll be like, they'll sit through the ad, but hate that shit. Fuck the ads, man. Fuck the ads. That's why I don't do ads. The only things I'll talk about are Swole Enormous X and the Swole fam. So it's always contextual. Oh, come on. That's fucking fire. That's what I'm talking about.
I'm your huckleberry.
That's right, Falcon.
That's just my game.
I'd be the luckiest guy alive if that did it.
That was on fire. Rate that one in the comments. Boom. That was a 10. A fucking 10. You know it was.
Come on, man.
Shut up, Joe. You wish you had that kind of fucking fortitude. Damn right, Josh. That was a 10 across the board. A 10, a 10.10. Woo-wee. 9.8. Oh, from the sticklers, 9.8, 9.8, 10. Sticks the fucking landing. Sticks the fucking
He's heating up.
Landing. Goddamn. He's on fire. All right. Okay, 9.9. 9.9, a 7.5. Kashina, you're just trolling. You just want to be the fucking French judge. Get the fuck out of here.
How about I send you a hobo's dick cheese?
Get the fuck out of here. 7.5. We all know. Boo. Who paid you? Who paid you off? Get the fuck out of here. All right, Harry, what up, Ish? Papa Swolio, the elimination diet is for eating clean and finding out how your body responds to certain foods, but would you still count and adjust macros for losing weight, gaining muscle mass? Actually, the elimination diet really just becomes what you eat, period. So that's just the starting point. But everyone technically has an elimination diet. I mean, there's a lot of foods that I just don't eat, so I'm eliminating those essentially. But I don't really think of it as a negative. I think of it as a positive. I look at the elimination more as not a glass half empty, but a glass half full. What should I be eating? Cool. And then I'm eating that. That's my diet. So yeah, I mean, after you figure out what foods work best, there's no harm in determining, hey, how much am I actually consuming? Because you still need a surplus or a deficit to gain or lose weight, but you should be training hard, lifting weights, and that will allow you to eat more food and still lose body fat. So what people tend to do is just try to play the diet game and eat less and less and less, and they're starving and they bonk out of their restrictive, bland chicken and broccoli diets, which is disgusting because they're not getting enough fat, they're not getting enough nutrients in that food. So it's better off lifting weights, figuring out what foods work best, eat more, train more, boom, and you'll lose fat and you'll be fucking fantastic. That's how we do it. It's all those other things too. If you're not getting enough sleep, your body will hold on to more fat and you'll burn muscle. So you'll store more fat, you'll hold more fat. If you're not getting enough sleep, you need to be training regularly. You need to be, all the 7 pillars are very important. So food quality, food quantity, but food quality first. And then of course your training, of course your sleep and your recovery, all those things are very important. All right, let's do another question here from Let's see. Kick his ass, Seabass. Seabass 2, Schwam Schwam 7. Bro, I want to work out so bad, but I don't have a gym. Not everyone is lucky.
Go fuck yourself.
Train at home. That's not an excuse. Fucking do something. Lift some tree trunks. Lift some fucking water jugs. Lift something. Not everyone is lucky. Then, okay, then train at home. Stop making excuses. Yoga doesn't cost anything. Bodyweight exercise don't cost anything. Crowned Forbes. So I've managed to go from 19.8 stone to 15.3. What's a stone? 14 pounds? Someone can add that up. But what will give me more momentum? What do you mean? Lift weights, eat big. Lift more weights. You want faster progress? Stop thinking about speed. Create the right habits and you will lose the extra body weight that you don't need over time. More momentum, more speed, or more motivation. I'm not really sure what you mean by momentum, because don't expect it all to just keep on coming off. You're going to plateau at some point. You can't lose weight indefinitely. I recommend eating the right foods, focus on quality, lift weights heavy regularly, and you'll be able to eat more food and lose that extra body fat. Keep going. Keep going. All right, T-Master Flex 907. What should I do for a stronger back at home? Nice. I've got a barbell 135 and kettlebells 20, 15, and pull-up bar. Miyagi-say, very nice. Very nice setup. Hey, Daniel-san. I've got a barbell. What should I do for a stronger back? Do some deadlifts. You could do some snatch grip deadlifts. That's really great for your lower lats. You can do barbell. You could do rows. You can do Jefferson curls. You can do pull-ups. You got a pull-up bar. Cool. You can do front levers. You can get a band and do straight arm, pull downs. You can do snatches. You could do cleans. You could do kettlebell swings, one arm, which would be great with a 20 or a 15. Do glute bridges, do hip bridges with the barbell, which is great for your glutes, which is great for your lower back as well. Lots of options. Lots of fucking options. Lots of options. More about your mobility and your total core strength, which is not just your lower back. But Aaron, Papa Swole, you a NASCAR fan? I've been to a NASCAR race at the Homestead Speedway once. I'm definitely not a fan. I don't pay attention to it. It was fun being there, but I wouldn't watch it on TV. I got better things to do than watch people take left turns. It is impressive. It's a lot of focus and concentration. And when you're there in person, it gives you more perspective because you see how fucking fast they go. Let's see. Dre Hanma, 92902. Do you think take 1 week breaks from gym is okay? I wouldn't stop training for a week. I think what you mean is deloading. So deloading is okay. It doesn't mean you stop lifting. You just do different types of activity, lower intensity, maybe more stabilization work, maybe more yoga for a week. But people usually say, hey, I'm just not going to lift for a week. And then they do fucking nothing. So I don't think you should be doing nothing on any given day. You should just focus on different types of training. You could definitely deload and go for a lower intensity, but still work on things that are going to help you progress forward when you come back to it. Let's see. Papa Swole, your opinion on bananas. What is it good for? I mean, I don't eat bananas. I used to eat a lot of them, but it tends to give me heartburn. I don't have bananas anymore. I don't miss them. What's it good for? I don't know. A lot of, in general, I every time I ate a banana, I just felt like it kind of gummed up my system and gave me a little acid reflux. But usually the bananas that you'll get in the store are picked too early. So that's always a problem with fruit. That's why honestly, I prefer frozen fruit unless I pick it straight from the tree. Because if you're getting fruit that's picked early and it ripens off the tree, you're getting a completely different type of fruit that usually doesn't have flavor. And there's other aspects with lectins and, products inside the fruit that don't get reabsorbed by the tree and they're a product of not fully ripening. So my recommendation would be to get fresh fruit, local fresh fruit from like a farmer's market in season. And that the reason why in season fruit is such a big deal is because it's picked locally and brought there. You're not getting it picked like a rock 3 weeks before it's ripe and then shipped from around the world. And then you're getting this bland, chemically different fruit. So I prefer frozen fruit because it's picked when it's ripe, chopped up, frozen, and then you can have it whenever you want. But I don't personally like bananas. Tyler Chappelle, may sound dumb, but how do you properly flex your glutes? Do you just squeeze your ass cheeks together? Well, the glutes do hip extension, so sucking your stomach, squeezing your glutes, and tucking the tail between your legs will actually maximally flex the glutes, but sounds like you need some glute activation, so I would recommend doing slow and controlled, slow eccentric hip bridges, really do single leg balance exercises, practicing yoga, doing lateral tube walking. You need to actually activate your glutes properly to completely target your glutes, but that's how you would do it. You might want to get more into kinesiology because glutes do actual, for example, they'll do hip extension. So it's that posterior pelvic tilt. So imagine your glutes are a bucket of water. Your hips are a bucket of water and you're trying to pour water out the back end. So sucking your stomach in, squeezing your butt, you'll actually get that posterior pelvic tilt, and that's activating your glutes, and that's squeezing your glutes properly. Have I ever had steak wrapped bacon before? Steak wrapped in bacon? I mean, plenty of times. Oftentimes we have steak and I have bacon there too. So it's good enough. It's good enough. Yeah. Steak and bacon. Yum, yum, yum. All right. Let's do a shit post. It's a little bit off the flow, but
What's in the box?
always fun. Let's take a post. You can still drop some more questions. We'll be here for a few more. Let's see here. We got one from Christina Bruce Coach. Ooh, we got a coach here. All right. I completely get why many people are so resistant to accepting that fatness isn't the evil we have been told it is. When it's something that's constantly demonized, it's hard to see it any other way. So here's the problem. You can say this and make sense, kind of, to fools, but who says fatness is evil? Like, who's running around saying fatness is evil? It's the evil thing. No, it's just unhealthy, and it puts you at very high risk. So, like, who's running around saying fatness is evil? So these people are complaining or say, you're using terms and you're using phrases that no one uses. So yeah, I mean, I guess I would be resistant to saying fatness is evil. It's like, I don't believe it's evil. Like, evil, what this post is doing is pretty evil, because this post is manipulating language to make it seem like people are running around trying to call fat evil and moral, right? Fatness is morally wrong. Who the fuck says that? Being obese puts you at extremely high risk for heart disease, for cancer, insulin resistance, diabetes, metabolic syndrome, all these things. Very, very, very bad for people. We know this. Very high risk for being hospitalized with COVID. 80 to 90% of people hospitalized are obese, elderly or obese. So yeah, it's a huge problem. It's not about being evil. It's about not being healthy. So stop making an argument that doesn't exist. I guess this is, so this was, okay. So I'm assuming this is the caption. So it says at Christina Bruce Coach, but I think this was a shared post from this account, the Grounded Sloth, which is kind of like a horrifically vomit-worthy screen name. For many people, the biggest barrier to becoming open to accepting their body is overcoming the idea that fatness is bad. God. All right.
Matt Damon.
Again, fatness is bad. Define bad. That's the problem when you use a subjective, again, pay attention to the language, because this is how mainstream media, this is how social justice warriors, this is how all these lunatics manipulate language to sink these fucking these viral, virus-like weeds into our society. Bad is a subjective term. Bad. How are you defining bad? You have to define that. You have to define it. I think most people would agree that being fat is bad, but you have to define what bad means. Does it mean you're a bad person? You're a meanie? That you're ugly? It depends on how you're defining what bad is. It's definitely not ideal. It's not something you should strive for, But bad, that's a vague gray area term. The sloth continues. Firstly, there is the common health narrative, which when you read books like Health at Every Size by Lindo Bacon and Anti-Diet by Christy Harrison starts to unravel. Oh my God.
Why don't you get the hell out of here before I snap your dick off and jam it into your ass?
Fam, when you start quoting these two fucking psychopaths, you know you're off the reservation. If you're actually referring to Christy Harrison or Lindo Bacon, which is hysterical, last name is aptly placed. If you're referring to these two people, you're tune out. Done. Second, there is the conditioning of which bodies are considered attractive. Bodies. Which is really nothing more than brainwashing. Bodies are considered attractive. I think methinks that's why we're still here on this earth, because human beings are attracted to one another, which has led to procreation. Over centuries and cultures, quote, attractiveness has varied widely based on the common narrative of the day. It's called culture. Very good. It's called culture. But of course, health is objective, right? Health is objective. Having diabetes and having poor health outcomes is pretty objective. We know you can't be healthy at every size. So trying to use this kind of brainwashing technique yourself is pretty pathetic, trying to leverage that being so overweight that you can't walk up this flight of stairs, you can't function as a human being, couldn't climb a tree, couldn't run from a tiger. Just because you're protected from any real dangers in nature doesn't mean you're automatically healthy. You're just not dead because predators are kept outside city limits. If there were tigers everywhere, there wouldn't be as many fat people. You'd be dead. When we can start to open our minds to the idea that what we have been taught about fatness isn't exactly true, we can start to change the way we relate to our own and others' bodies. Now, listen, you can relate to your own body any way you want. But what we've been taught about fatness is actually, what we're being taught about fatness is not true. It isn't. Okay. We're being taught that fatness is good, that being fat is beautiful. That's subjective. Beauty is subjective. So you can't just say fat is beautiful, because it's not, in my opinion. You might think so. That's fine. You can think whatever you want. You can believe in a different religion that I don't believe in. That's fine. You can believe in what you want, but you can't say that being obese is healthy. If you consider health being higher risk for cancer, higher risk for diabetes, higher risk for heart disease, all-cause mortality, then, I mean, it depends on how you define it. If you think that's good, then I guess it is good. Then being fatness is good. You're just going to die younger and you're going to be on medication. You're going to be, again, where are the fat, obese, where are the obese elderly people? Where are the obese 70-year-olds? Show me an obese 70-year-old, like an obese 70-year-old. That's not in a wheelchair. That's not in inpatient care in a hospital or some kind of home or assisted living. Like, show me an obese 70-year-old, an obese 80-year-old, an obese 90-year-old. Hell, show me obese 60-year-olds that are fucking crushing it. You don't really see them because they don't go many places, because they can't fucking move well. Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy peoples. Oh, you crazy little monkeys. Crazy little monkeys. You can still ask questions. Let's take a couple more shit posts. Are we having fun? We having fun yet, fam? We having fun?
First, take a big step back and literally fuck your own face.
All right, Aaron, I was told that eating steak every day is bad for you, and I should also include salmon and chicken. Is that true? Can I eat steak every day and still be healthy? I do. I mean, who said that? You were told by who? By whom? Yeah, steak, red meat, fat has been demonized for decades. Demonized for decades. Manipulated studies, corporate and mainstream media brainwashing, pharmaceutical and big food interests, and lobbying in government and manipulation. A friend. Well, is your friend in good shape? What does your friend eat? That you need what? Chicken, or what'd you say? What'd you write here? Salmon and chicken. If you look, I just had some, Mama Swolio made some chicken. There's some pieces. I ate some chicken. I'm not like avoiding chicken. I just don't use that as my primary go-to. I'll eat salmon. We get sushi and sashimi, and I'll eat salmon. I'm not going to cook it. I make steak. I eat steak. I like organ meats and such. And that's what I eat. But if she makes chicken, cool, I'll eat chicken. I just don't look for chicken over grass-fed beef. Let's see here. Oh God, we got another post from Fat. It's Fat Fab Feminist.
What's in the box?
Lieutenant Dan.
Check out this tweet. Check out this tweet. Fat people deserve to see themselves as art. That's fucking bullshit.
Shampoo my crotch.
Go fuck yourself.
I like to caress rusty spoon.
Fat people deserve to see themselves as art. Okie dokie. Look, I'll be honest. I've seen a lot of art that looks like complete dog shit. Most art is fucking, maybe Hunter Biden's art, but that's subjective as fuck. So you can see yourself as art, but you're not going to get a lot of gawkers. Okay, so good luck with that. Good luck with that. We wish you the best with your art. We wish you the best. Yeah, that's the problem, that a lot of these studies where they talk about red meat being bad and people that eat red meat have higher risks of, look, red meat was demonized for like 70, 80 years, okay, since the 40s and 50s. Now, the problem with that is also the rise of vegetable oils. So these fast food restaurants stopped using tallow. They started using vegetable oils, canola and seed oils. And also because in the mainstream, you've been so brainwashed to think that red meat is bad, that people that were eating red meat were usually people that didn't care about their health, because culturally, oh, red meat's bad. It's like, oh, so you're being naughty by having red meat. And what do people normally do when they eat food that's supposed to be bad for you? They're doing other bad things. They're smoking cigarettes, they're drinking alcohol, they're eating processed carbohydrates, drinking soda, eating ice cream, eating candy. So it's really more of those vegetable oils. And of course, fast food and stuff with the vegetable oils and the processed carbohydrates compounded with other poor lifestyle habits that were leading to these negative outcomes. And they just so happened to also have red meat. And that's usually the problem, because nutrition studies, they're very, very hard to tease out. If you know anything about science and anything about research, it's very, very hard to isolate for nutrition studies. And a lot of these studies, what you see in rats or rabbits or mice and whatever, look, that's an isolated situation. When you test, let's say when you test fructose or glucose on a rat, that's an isolated ingredient. When you're eating food like fruit that has glucose and fructose in it, there are a lot of other elements in these fruits and a lot of other complicated mechanisms in the human system that don't react the same way as it does in an isolated vacuum with a mouse or a rat. So it's very hard to do nutrition studies, especially on a global scale. But eating red meat has been the reason why we've evolved these thousands and millions of years. So if you think that we're here today because we eat plants, yeah, maybe in a famine, maybe in starvation mode, but the poorest peasants used to eat grains. Okay, there's a reason why a lot of these grass-fed and higher quality meats are more expensive. It's because, why do you think? Why do you think? Because you can't process these in factories. You can't process these with corn and soy. You can't maximize profit on these things. There's many other factors too, but it's definitely not unhealthy for you. That's just bullshit. That's nonsense. Nonsense. All right. Let's see. Here we go. You're going to talk about pillar number 7. I'm interested. Now, this is a picture of an ice cream from Sarah J. Haley, and it says, consistency doesn't mean always passing on a treat. Oh, you want your treat like a good dog? I like how this says 1 like. Yeah, 1 fucking like. I wonder why. Nutrition by Sarah J. Haley. Consistently passing on treats will leave you feeling constantly unsatisfied or very healthy. Consistency means practicing your own personal and sustainable health-promoting behaviors regularly. It means making room for treats and food that exists just to taste good. Oh, so you're admitting you're eating shit. It's food that just tastes good. Then why are you eating it? It's teach their own, but you're literally just making my point in your comments. So, Matt Damon. Being consistently without discipline. And the last one we got here that I just can't pass up on. Thin privilege is watching TV and movies and seeing bodies that look like yours that aren't always cast as pitiful, lazy, stupid, self-indulgent characters. Well, most people that are fucking unhealthy are usually lazy and don't take care of themselves. And honestly, if you're trashing your body, that is pretty stupid. That is self-indulgent. So, pitiful, lazy can be subjective depending on what you define lazy. Physically lazy, obviously. Maybe they still work hard, but they work online and you can define some of these in different ways, but it definitely is pretty stupid in my opinion and self-indulgent for sure, objectively. And this is from Beating Eating Disorders. So in other words, we have to see more fat people. We got to see fat people crushing it. All right, go for it. Chances are if you see fat people crushing it, they're going to be not fat anymore. So we don't talk about thin privilege enough. Aha. We welcome you to go to the creators page in order to find the original post and commentary. That's it? That's it? I don't know. That's it? That's it? Papa Swolio, I never pass on my treats of pears, watermelon, and peaches. Live fruit, now way better than any trash candy. I agree. Honestly, I just eat fruit. When I eat fruit, what candy do you need? I used to eat Sour Patch Kids by the fucking ton. You remember that? It was like 5 years ago. No, I don't miss that at all. I just had a bowl of frozen pineapple. I have some mangoes, I have some strawberries. What do I need? Do I need candy and ice cream? I'm eating fucking fruit. I had some raw honey. Have you had raw honey with honeycomb before? Farmer's gum, you get the honeycomb. Have you had that? Do you need something sweeter than that? If your taste buds are not satisfied with raw honey being sweet enough, you fucking need some help. You need some help. All right. Yeah, James, I agree with you, man. Aaron, any podcasts you recommend on brain gain, such as American History? Been trying to find a good one and haven't found one. Wanted to know if you knew or listened to any podcast you recommend for brain gains. You mean American History? I would recommend listening to Hardcore History. There's a great one on World War I. There's one on World War II. There's one on Wrath of the Khans is fantastic. Blueprint for Armageddon is all about World War I. Look it up. Hardcore History. You might have to pay, a few bucks for some of the older ones. Dan Carlin, one of the best podcasts you'll ever listen to. It's fantastic. We've talked about it before. So if you like history podcasts, listen to Hardcore History by Dan Carlin. You'll blow your fucking mind. It's unreal. They're so good. They're so fucking good. If I could give 6 stars on it, I would. Best fucking podcast. So good. It's not really a podcast. It's just an epic dissertation on, this is so good. So fucking good. Any of you listen to that? I think I've talked about it many times, but yeesh. Oh yeah, honey's it's expensive. Let's see. I got local honey. My friend thought I was insane for paying the price. Oh yeah, you get local raw honey. You might pay 12, 13 bucks, 15 bucks. So worth it. So worth it. I love it around the time of my workouts. Raw honey is so good around my workouts. We got one from Jordanelli. Ooh, Jordalini. I guess it's Jordalini Tortellini because he says it says Jordal. I'll just say Jordalini. Jordalini Tortellini. Good fucking name. Papa Swolio, is it worthwhile taking a collagen supplement that's sourced from grass-fed beef? Absolutely. If you're making your own bone broth, you might not need it. For example, if you're making bone broth and you're putting in, let's say, knuckle bones or tendons and stuff, you're going to get a ton of collagen. So you might not need a supplement, but you can get one from Ancestral Supplements. You can get them from Heart and Soil. You can get them from, there's other companies, I'm sure, but those are 2 that I've had that I would recommend. But yeah, I would definitely recommend that if you're not getting in bone broth. Look, you get what you pay for. Like with anything else, you get what you pay for. Now, sometimes you'll overpay. Sometimes you'll overpay for something. But usually you get what you pay for. Now, I don't mind paying extra for something. I don't mind paying more for something if the quality matches. Okay? People spend more money for a car and you know the difference in quality. You know it. You drive the car, you feel it. You get a nice pair of shoes, you'll feel the difference. Or footwear. You get a good piece of training equipment, you'll notice the difference. You get some cheap weights, and that's exactly what they are. They might not be weighing what they say they're weighing, or they just might not feel solid. They might crack or break. You'll get what you pay for when it comes to a computer or cameras. Like, you'll get what you fucking pay for. And a lot of people spend money and extra money for quality for shit that doesn't serve them, that actually sucks away their life force, essentially, that distracts them, that takes their attention away from things that they should be doing to take care of their health. I don't drive a fancy car. I don't wear fancy clothes. I spend money and do stuff that I need for my business. I spend money on training equipment that I need and on stuff for my health, like with sauna or cold plunge or food. Like those are where I put my resources. I don't spend money on a bunch of material nonsense. And a lot of people have plenty of money to spend on quality food. They just don't want to give up all the other bullshit that they're spending because they're looking for external value and external purpose. You're trying to fill in a void for not having a job or a career or something that they're really passionate about. They're looking for these escape mechanisms. But in reality, a lot of people can make much better food choices, and it's just much easier to say, oh, food's too expensive. Oh, eating healthy is too expensive, or I don't have time. It's easier to say that and waste your money on a fucking Gucci bag than it is to, hey, let me just take a little bit more time and make some better food choices, because you don't see that instant gratification. It tastes better for sure, but you don't maybe get that dopamine rush in the same way. You don't get that, I don't know, materialistic society. But that's what the economy is based around. It's based on debt. Like you have to keep on spending, or the whole thing will collapse. Trace honey before or after your workouts? It depends. Sometimes I'll have a tablespoon or two before. Sometimes I'll be like, I just kind of want a little bump in the middle. I'll have one in the middle of my workout. Sometimes I'll have it after. Sometimes I'll do all three. Depends. Yeah, no gas station sushi. No. Gas station sushi is synonymous with Russian roulette. I think it's more dangerous than Russian roulette. Gas station sushi, they'll end you. I think that's where COVID started, is gas station sushi, to be honest. I think that was the leak. It leaked out of a Wawa somewhere. All right. People are like, don't talk about my Wawa. Yeah, no doubt, Aaron. The amount of money people spend going out to eat equals to buying 5 or 6 steaks from the grocery store to cook at home. Yeah, if you go somewhere, for example, if we go out and get sushi, right? It might be $80, $90 or something like that, or 100 plus tip, to go out to eat somewhere plus tip, or we do takeout or something like that. And that's what? If a grass-fed ground beef or a steak is $10, $15, $20, $8, $6 for ground grass-fed beef, you're getting what? 10, 9, 6 steaks, 10 pounds of beef. A lot of people go out to the movies and you're spending 20 fucking bucks a ticket plus garbage candy. You're spending 150 bucks to go to the movie with your family. That's literally a week's worth of food. So stop complaining. People complain about not having enough money for better food, but they'll have Netflix, they'll have Amazon, they'll be buying stuff on Amazon, they'll have Hulu, they'll have whatever, HBO Max or Plus or whatever the fuck it is, and Disney Plus and all these different things. It's like, shit, you're spending 30, 40, 50, 60 bucks a month to waste your fucking time, whereas you can spend that on better food. And most people don't really want to put in that kind of work and cut out all these different things. They don't prioritize. Tyler, do I watch Ben Shapiro? I've seen his clips. I don't keep close tabs on his content. Some of his stuff is some of it's suspect. A lot of what I don't know. Some of the narratives are kind of strange now that I've noticed. Seems very towing the line so they don't get banned from Facebook for advertising purposes. Some of it, I just saying, I'm not going to get into details, but some of it has transitioned to it seems a little bit, self-censoring, to be honest. Certain topics, but I don't want to go into details here. But I'm aware of his content. Anything in particular that you're asking about? I try to keep tabs on a bunch of independent. I don't know if you consider the Daily Wire independent journalism or things like that at this point, but people are all there. There's always independent journalists until they get big enough to be, part of the system that they were fighting against. So who knows? Cindy Schaefer, am I single? No. Mama fucking Swolio. Mama Swolio in the house.
What is the best move to silence a woman?
But Papa Swolio is a misogynist pig. That's why you don't have a girlfriend. Right, Brittany? That's why I don't have a girlfriend. That's why no girls will spend time with me, because I'm so mean. I'm so toxic. Toxic Papa Swolio. Oh. Toxic as fuck. All right, fam. Very, very good. I don't want to take any more of those Instagram questions. Those suck. I think we got a video, actually. Let's see if we got one before we bounce out of here. A reminder, just because a bunch of you might be just tuning in now, remember that we are coming on the last day. So it goes down this evening. Don't boo. Don't fucking boo. Come on. Don't boo.
Stop whining.
Over there, swolenormousx.com/birthday to save big. It's the Swole Since Birth special, and you're only going to find it in the show notes, in the description down below, and it ends tonight at midnight. Do not miss out on that. swolenormousx.com/birthday. Save up to 50% off memberships. Annual memberships, you get a free Swole Fam t-shirt tank. You could join the Swole Fam for just $1 for your first month. Check out all the specials over there. swolenormousx.com/birthday to learn more about what you get with memberships. It's fucking the shit. The Swole Fam is the tits. The Swole Fam is the tits.
I'd be the luckiest guy alive if that did it for me.
USA, greatest country in the world.
All right, America, baby. Let's take a video. You got any more questions on the buzzer? You can drop it down below. We got one from, I guess we have one video. I thought we had two. We got one. Let's do a video. If you got any more last second or last moment questions, you can do that. You can drop in the comments, ask Papa Swolio. Okay, here we go. Let me see what we got here.
5 examples of thin privilege that happen daily.
5 examples of thin privilege happen daily. What's going on? Is this Australian or is this from the UK? 5 examples of thin privilege that happen daily. It's always from someone who looks kind of thin, I guess.
5 examples of thin privilege that happen daily. Number 1, not having your doctor recommend you lose weight before receiving any other kind of medical
treatment. You know why doctors do that? It's for anesthesia, I believe, right? Anyone, nurses and stuff, isn't that for anesthesia that you should lose weight before surgery because being morbidly obese is a high risk for putting someone under, right? For anesthesia. So it's like not having a doctor tell you to lose weight. Is that thin privilege or is that you should put the fucking cookies down? Probably why. If you are having problems at the doctor, I'm going to rip these apart one at a time. If you're having problems at the doctor and the doctor is telling you to lose weight, and if you're spending that much time, if you're spending that much fucking time at the doctor's office, that's a concern. Most people that are healthy don't spend time in the doctor's office. So they don't hear this shit. You know why? Because I take care of their health, bruh. If doctor's telling you to lose weight, that's a beyond a warning sign. That's like, hey, I'm going to see you back here in a week if you don't take care of that shit.
Any other kind of medical treatment. 2, being able to go into any clothing store and find your clothing size.
Okay, this is another load of bullshit. I have trouble finding clothes in my size. You know why? Because sometimes people have these, they'll have shirts that fit my upper body and then they'll rip my arms will rip the sleeves. Or I will put on, how many clothing stores have I ever gone into? And I will just put on a pair of jeans. They will be tight around my thighs. My thighs will be like ripping through them. And the waist will be, the jeans will look like there's like 5 inches at the top. Or I get jeans or pants or whatever that fit my thighs, the same thing. And it'll be 10 inches too big around the waist. So there's more actual, and to get specialty jeans and pants that fit someone who's in fucking physical shape, you can get these jeans online, right? There's like barbell clothing and different apparels that make stretchy jeans and shit. Yeah, if you want to spend $150 fucking dollars, I'm not complaining about a fit tax. I'm not complaining that it costs extra to get clothes that fit me because I have a muscular physique, okay? Because I have big legs, but not the fat gut to match, all right? So enough with this stupid cunty nonsense about being able to go into a clothing store and find clothes in your size. It's called shopping. Aren't chicks supposed to love that? Don't women like just going and looking for things and looking through and seeing what they have and looking around? Go to a big and tall store. All right. Or embrace capitalism and start your own fucking business to fill in the gaps, to solve those pain points. There are plenty of clothing companies that make obese clothing. Just most companies today do drop shipping, and they know, why would I start a retail store that are going to restrict people from going because of COVID fear mongering? Why don't I just do it online? So go online and shop there, or order on Amazon. They're going to have everything and free returns. What the fuck are you complaining about?
3, not being perceived as lazy because of the size of your body.
Okay, how do you define lazy? Because lazy, most people would say, hey, you're not moving enough, which is usually the case. If someone has a morbidly excess of human on their body, they're probably not moving too much. I don't think they're going hiking regularly or playing tennis aggressively. I don't think they're doing marathons or doing any kind of physical activity for the most part. Of course, they're eating like shit too, and there's a lot of other issues than just exercise alone. It's food quality, it's food quantity, it's sleep habits, it's all these other, compounded conditions. But okay, you're gonna get offended by how someone's perceiving you? Welcome to judgment. Welcome to human nature. You're always going to be judged. We're judging your fucking eyebrows right now. Holy fucking shit. You look like a tall version of the Oompa Loompas from Willy fucking Wonka's chocolate factory. Okay? And I'm not saying anything about that. Kind of just did.
Or not receiving the side eye on an airplane with everybody hoping that you're not sitting next to them. Number 5.
I have a personal experience with this. I actually sat on one of those tiny planes. It was going from San Francisco to LA. So one of those like 45-minute flights. No, it was actually, I think it was either San Francisco to LA or it was Salt Lake City to LA. It was very short. So I was going from Salt Lake City, I think, to LA and then across to Fort Lauderdale, one of those things. I had to go to a bigger airport, whatever it was. Okay. The situation, no, San Francisco, I was doing direct flights, but I had to go from Salt Lake to LA and then across. And I was on one of those tiny planes where there's 3 seats on one side and 2 on the other. That was a nice one. That was a nice out. You like that shit? Thank you, Falcon. Greta, shut the fuck up.
How dare you?
Oh, God, I knew it was going to be you. Okay, so my seat, I was a window seat, and I was on the 2-seat aisle, right? I was on the 2-seat on the right side of the plane. The person, I don't know, I still to this day do not know, and that's not to be mean, I do not know if this person was a man or a woman. They were so obese, I could not tell what sex they were. Okay? I could not tell what they were. This is the actual application of the word they, or what it was. I have no idea what the actual chromosome was on this person. It was so bad. And I was literally pinned to the right, pinned to the side of the fucking airplane. It was so bad. The stewardess, the flight attendant, came over and actually asked me hey, excuse me, sir. And in a polite, trying to be as non-confrontational, talking right in front of the other person, asked me if I would like to move to another seat over here, if I'd be more comfortable. Just literally saying that because I was obviously just completely, and I just said, fuck it. I'm just going to go to sleep or try to deal with it. I didn't want to try to get out of that seat because I don't know if that would have been even possible. I literally almost had to step on this person's lap to get into the seat. So side eye. Yeah, if you are morbidly obese, you should be getting side eye because why is that wrong? Fuck, I hope this morbidly obese person doesn't sit next to me so I can fucking use half my seat. And think about this. A morbidly obese person, all this fat acceptance bullshit, of course it's always coming from someone who's not fucking fat. So shut the fuck up, you twat. This always comes in the form of, this is thin privilege or it's fat phobia. Okay? That I shouldn't have to have, trouble sitting into an airplane seat. Well, how about this? What if everyone's spending the same amount on an airplane seat. If I buy an airplane seat, I have the right to not have someone's extra body mass encroach over into my seat, which I paid for, like everyone else. Why should I be horrifically uncomfortable and essentially assaulted by someone else's excess when I paid the same for the seat? Okay? It's the same way. How come planes don't make bigger seats? They do. It's called first fucking class. Most people don't pay first class because it's more expensive. Okay? Do you want a bigger seat? Then go on a train, take a bus, drive a car. Do some other method of travel if you're that concerned. Oh, but that's not right. Well, you weigh more. They pay. They charge for extra luggage. You do realize we have to lift mass off the ground against the pull of gravity. Okay? If you want more space, you pay for it. It's not a fat phobic thing. Everyone has to pay more for more space. You want more leg room on JetBlue, then you're going to pay extra. Everyone has to pay more. You know why? Because there's limited space on a plane. Maybe it's not the best form of travel for you. All right, next one. Who knows what this is going to be?
Being able to fit into a booth at any restaurant.
Okay. If you have trouble fitting into a booth at a restaurant, there's your sign that you probably should not be going to a restaurant. That's probably not the place where you should be. But Papa Swolio, that's so mean. Fat people have a right to eat there. Sure. But the restaurant should not be required to make, I don't know, fucking canoes that you can fit in, or chairs that should house a 500-pound person. Listen, over the years, most of you probably recognize that if you go into a restaurant, the booths, I can barely fit comfortably in a booth now if I go to a restaurant, which I rarely do. Do you know why? Because the tables are getting further and further away. I can't lean back against the booth and actually reach the table. I have to sit uncomfortably at the end, all upright, because they're making the booths bigger and bigger and bigger to allow for massive fucking guts. Okay? They're huge. So it's actually fit phobic. I can't go comfortably to a restaurant because they're making the booths so damn big, because the average person is obese now. 50% of the population is obese. I'm just going to say 50%. It's not 42. Give me a break. Those stats are always fucking off. It's 50%. Have you been outside lately? 50% of the population, it might as well be 42, 43, 44. Fuck it. 50. Round up. It's disgusting. 70 to 80% of the population is overweight or obese. So it's more fit phobic. Why are you trying to leverage and I don't know, why are you aggressively playing the victim? Are you obese? You don't look obese. You look something else, and I don't want to say it. But I don't like your face, and I have a right to say that. Am I prejudiced against your face? Well, I heard you talk. I don't like that either, but I don't like your face. And this is America. I have every right to not like your face, and I have every right to tell you that I don't like your face. Why? I don't have to tell you why I don't like it. I just don't fucking like it.
I don't know what it is about your face.
I don't like your face.
I want to deliver one of these right in your suck hole.
Is there anything I can do to work on that?
No, not really. It's your face.
Not only do I not like your face, I don't like what's coming out of your face. So I recommend checking yourself and thinking about what you actually said. You're like this, I don't know, you're just fucking grifting. You're so kind. You're so compassionate. Oh, being able to fit into a booth at a restaurant. You shouldn't be in a fucking restaurant. Is that not obvious? And then it ends. Okay, and then it ends. You got nothing else? That's it? That's it? Just the standard things? Can we come up with anything else? Can we come up with anything else besides, why can't I fit into a booth? It's so hard to find clothes. And why isn't there anything else out there? There's no other commentary. The same old fucking shit all the fucking time. The same old fucking shit every fucking time. Same old shit. Different fucking day. And yeah, we cover a lot of the same content. But you see, it's important to cover this, even if it's the same fucking shit. It's important to understand this. It's important. You have to think about it. These are the messages that everything else is based upon. It's the same old fucking shit. I'm not complaining that I can't find clothes. Believe it or not, airplane seats aren't comfortable for old Papa Swolio either. If you have muscle mass, it's not comfortable. But guess what? That's my fucking fault, because I'm lifting and I'm built muscle. So I don't fit as well as I used to in seats. Oh, well, I didn't have to lift weights, but I did. And you didn't have to eat all the fucking Twinkies, but you did. And yes, there's more to it than just Twinkies, but that's your problem. I have my own issues. Okay? I have my own issues. It's not easy to find clothes when you're muscular. It's not easy to sit in an airplane seat for anyone. Airplanes are fucking uncomfortable. Has anyone ever said, oh, this airplane seat's so comfortable? Maybe if you're flying Arabian Air or whatever, the United Emirates, and you have this fucking hotel room on a plane. Okay. Maybe if you're paying thousands of dollars for a flight, but it's not comfortable. Airplanes are not comfortable because they sardine people in there to maximize profit. Fucking stupid. Fucking stupid. Fucking stupid. It's fucking bullshit.
That's fucking bullshit.
All right, fam. We got a Swole privilege card to give away. Make sure you're checking out our special, swolenormousx.com/birthday. Falcon, take us away. Give away this fucking Swole card. Let's fucking go. Who's got some Swole privilege, fam? Come on, I know someone's got it. Who dropped that hashtag? 0. Oh, we got a winner. Matthew Kite. Congratulations. Oh, we got a winner. Look at that comment. Got too much hobo's dick cheese on her cracker. Hashtag Swole privilege. I don't deny it. I don't doubt it.
How about I send you a hobo's dick cheese?
Matt, I guarantee and I promise you, Matt, I promise you that before we send out this Swole card, I will rub it on I will give you some hobo's dick cheese. I will work out really hard and then give it a nice old swipe back to front for you. I promise. I promise. No? Did I say that? Was that out loud? All right, fine. All right, fine. Settle down. All right. No ball sack, no salty sack. Apologies if you find a pube on there, but I'll try to. Should I do that? Should I get like fake? I should get like fake hair. I should just get like a black wig and just like trim little things. You get like some free sprinkles of like, pubes and stuff like that.
No, baby.
Weird, right? Weird. That's right, Lisa. That's right. Hey, kids, if any kids listening, remember, never back to front. Absolutely, Lisa. Never back to front. Okay. That being said, we're about to nut this fucking beach. And of course, remember that tomorrow, where's my picture here? Tomorrow at 12 noon Eastern time, don't miss out on that, fam. All right, fam. Anyone that's joining today, anyone that joined recently, any of you that are already members, tomorrow, Monday, August 16th, tomorrow at 12 noon, we have major release. I'm so excited. I'm so fucking excited. My wife just vomited. Oh, come on. A dick cheese card. Come on, Matt. Come on. Because. Come on. You know you want it. You'll want it. Extra protein, some electrolytes in there, and some gypsy tears, of course. Always some gypsy tears.
I arrived in America's airport with clothing, US dollars, and a jar of gypsy tears to protect me from AIDS.
Did you know that's actually proven that gypsy tears will protect you from AIDS? Like, who fucking knew? I mean, it's just, it's a fact. Why do you think all these countries like China, they're trying to get rid of all the gypsies? Because they don't want to, it eradicates a population control. They're trying to get rid of the gypsies because their tears protect from AIDS.
Attacks on me, quite frankly, are attacks on science.
Fucking facts. You're learning something new every day. This is insane. You're insane, gold member. Okay. Let's end this before I say something really that I don't know. I've never said anything I regret. I say a lot of things I wouldn't say necessarily again, but no, I don't regret anything I've said. Not yet.
We choose truth over facts.
All right. But there still is time. We're only on episode 1927. So we'll get there. So tomorrow, 12 noon, big releases. Very excited. Remember, make sure you're checking out the Swole Fam special. The Swole since birth, swolenormousx.com/birthday. You will be there 12 noon Eastern time. You will inside Swole TV. Fuck you, Zuckerberg. Facebook has not let me stream for the last couple of weeks. So Swole TV, make sure you are ready. Swole TV, get your TV, get your computer ready, get your phone ready for Swole Chat. It's going to be fucking fire. I am so stoked. I am so stoked for especially one of these releases. I'm just very, very stoked. And of course, before we play that piano, we got another video today. Look at this on the Daily Swole channel. Look at that picture right there. Isn't that fucking awesome?
My name's Forrest Gump.
How important is the pump for building muscle? Does the pump really matter? Does it really matter? Yeah. And of course, we have talking about that Back to Swole special. So not only tomorrow do we have our accountability meeting, we got Back to Swole Monday, August 30th. So mark your fucking calendars. Beaches, Falcon, take us away. Close this nut. Indeed, Falcon.
I don't know how to put this, but I'm kind of a big deal.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Oh yeah, fam. Oh yeah.
Hello, baby.
This is Marjorie Stewart
The
Buck.
more you hate me, the more you will learn.
She is looking fantastic, isn't she? Look at that fucking beast. Look at that fucking beast.
What the hell kind of country is this where I can only hate a man if he's white?
Oh, we got it now. Oh, we're cooking.
Boom shakalaka!
You lose.
You are looking rather attentive this evening.
Crucifixion is good. Out of the door, line on the left, one cross each.
Nailed it.
Chicks will dig you. Or dudes, or whatever gender thing you're into.
Oh, you can make me happy.
And by the way, you know, I sit on the stand and it get hot. I got hairy legs that turn blonde in the sun. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down so it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up again.
Creepy Joe.
Then there's something wrong with you. You're certainly not very good.
All right, fam. Thank you so much for being here for episode 1927. And we'll see you tomorrow. Accountability meeting, 12 noon Eastern time, right there inside Swole TV. You could join today over at swolenormousx.com/birthday. Don't miss out on that. Tomorrow, 12 noon. See you there. Peace, McGeese. Deuce, Magoose. Ya boy, Papa Swolio. Oh, 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 oh.
Crazy flow, need a straight jacket. Cash flow, I'm a bank addict. 6 subs, had the bass smacking. 808s, had the place clapping. 3 girls is enough for me, so I pull out like the stock crashing. Like an IPO, trying to purchase me. This a private sector, so you can't have it. Faking all that boom bapping. Who you think you is, boy? 90s want they sound back, so I give rap all these fake rappers as I take matters in my own hands. I don't need rapping, I don't need Zans. I don't need help, I'm a grown man. Now they king left and they so mad, it's like
yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the Louis bag.
That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you laid. That's a bed that you laid. What kind of game is you playing? We go hard in the paint, yeah. What the fuck is you saying? I only go where they pay. What kind of game is you playing? Yeah, whoa, my shit is relevant, on topic, my melanin is popping. I'm taking skeletons on closets and making new deposits. I'm in my element, no